Hi everyone, welcome to this week Wheelie market update. So, as usual, let's review what happened last Friday and perhaps last week and what's coming up for this week, things to watch out for and things to take note for as well, and also some of the review of the previous counter that we have touched on. And please remember to follow my Facebook page, like my Facebook page, and join my Telegram if you have not do so. I have shared a couple of things on the over the Telegrams as well, before the breakdown of the Dow Jones or before the breakdown of the three major indices over last week itself. So if you have managed to join me, then congrats that you are being warned beforehand. All right, without further ado, let's start on what happened last Friday. We can see that Dow Jones actually climbed 480 points after a week of coming down, right? But if you're looking at the chart perspective, it seems like there is some technical rebound. Why do I mean by technical rebound? We'll review in the chart later. So by climbing 480 points doesn't mean there is a bullish sign because over the past week, Dow has not been performing well. So it's just a technical rebound from there. So what happened? What's coming up for the start of October of the start of the week? Right, definitely. Um, there will be news coming, there will be the infrastructure bills, there's a lot of things coming up. But over last Friday, we can see that the Dow Jones and the major indexes has been rebound back. Mainly one of the most impactful news I think is this Merck, I think the drug maker, because they have come up with some, medicines, that actually help on the COVID-19 to reduce the risk of hospitalizations and the death by 50%, all right, for mild or moderate cases. So previously where we are talking about Gillette, Pfizer, this kind of like especially like Gillette, the medicines is actually used on patients that is almost 80-90% about there, about very severe cases. But right now people who are just being suspected on COVID-19 cases, right, they can actually take this pill to reduce their risk. So it's like one step higher than what Gillette has made. So right now they are actually seeking for FDA to review on these new COVID treatments as soon as possible. All right, whether will it pass? That's why for this stock itself, right, it actually kept up over the last Friday, mainly up 8.4% where the market closed. So of course, its gap either it came down right a little bit, but this is one of the major news on last Friday itself. So not only that, there's also a couple shares like Royal Caribbean, CCL, Las Vegas. This is what we mentioned previously, right? Right now, it has touched the bottom. It seems like a very good major support. We'll be looking into it as well. So airline, well, airline wise, right? I have mentioned on Delta Airlines because it's like the industry itself. People is coming back to travel. End of seasons, end of the year holidays, everyone is looking out, reaching for it. It's been almost close to 2 years, 1 year plus that people has not been traveling on this kind of vacation travel. Even for our news like Singapore, they have the agreement with Germany. If I'm not wrong, the news I think people start flying for leisure right now. All right, this is the this is what people is hoping for after being locked down for so long right now. So this is what happened on last Friday itself. Of course, things to watch out for this coming week. What will happen for this Merck after the FDA review? If you are on it, just watch out. For people who are investing into those kind of healthcare, not healthcare, those kind of drugs maker company, do watch out. The price is very sensitive of the approval for the medicines. If let's say the medicine fails to go through, the price will get down. If let's say successfully go through, it will get up. So it's like a risk taking after all. So do take note, drug maker company industry is very high risk. All right, next question which I bring up last week as well is actually a debt ceiling. So what happened on the debt ceiling itself, right? I think the Congress faced the deadline is 18 October. All right, Congress faced October 18 deadline for raising the Fed debt ceiling. All right, so if let's say this debt ceiling does not go through, what will resulted is that government will shut down because no money to pay those government sector salary, right? And what will happen on this social security check will go out. So this social security check is like, for people who are in US, right? They can actually apply for a free money if you are not working, if you are not, if you are homeless, this kind of thing. So they don't have money to pay out to them as well. So what will happen? Uh, this is one of the social security case as well. All right, so this is what they are looking into it. Right now they are debating what will happen. You can see that um, nearly 50% senior could stop receiving social security payment or see them delay. So this is a catastrophic for American family because we know that they are relying on government. All right, some people dislike this kind of people because they are people who don't really work and asking for money from government. They are not providing good economy for the government itself. But some people is like for those senior, we have to understand that they can't really work. So this is what the social security is all about. So just to take note, what will happen on the deadline, whether will the debt increase or not the ceiling. But on the other side, we can see that Biden, all right. So next week is also one of the major things. Why? Because it's actually the passing of the infrastructure bill as well. We have been talking about it, right? So next Monday is the infrastructure bill update. Biden has said that he will be working like hell to pass this infrastructure. So if let's say you are be in the infrastructure related sector, investment such as which I mentioned like LAC, if you're looking in copper, those kind of industry, right? Please watch out because this might give another boost. Of course, buy on rumor, sell on news, right? So right now it's all about rumor. That's why the shares has been hiking up. Uh, for this infrastructure sector. So take note on that. So how hardworking will Biden go through for passing this infrastructure bill? We will see on coming Monday. All right, next thing. I think this might be a news if let's say causing the market to drop before the end of the year might be because China isn't complying with the phase one deal reached under Trump before Biden be elected this year. Trump, there's a lot of deal going with China, say that you need to buy my products, this kind of thing, how much that you need to spend, right? So right now it seems like China did not comply with the trade deal. That's what we call during the Trump with China on the trade war itself. So they have actually promised to purchase additional 200 billion in the US good over the 2 year period, but the nation has not lived up to the pledge. So right now, if let's say they want to step into it, how forceful will Biden come into play on this trade war? Will he be that aggressive compared to Trump? This is the one of the big news we have to watch out for. All right, so the person who has been Catherine Tai will have a speech on Monday to mark the last 3 months of the deal. So that's signed by Trump in 2019. So we'll see how far will it go. Will this be resulted another news spiking or another news that people will be talking about when the market is crashing? But based on technical perspective, there isn't any rebound. It didn't clear the previous high. We will look at the chart later. So next thing also to watch out for, uh, if you believe this guy, all right, if you believe in this guy, Jim Cramer, a lot of people say that he has a hands of Midas. The things that the touch stocks that he touch, right, don't usually perform well, but he's actually looking into one of the battery maker. It's actually this solid power. He's going to merger with this special purpose acquisitions like vehicle lah, basically on these shares itself, to basically is making on the battery for the EV cars. So I've mentioned on QS previously last week. QS has been performing. There's a rebound from there. We'll look into the chart later. There's a certain decent pullback, but I think it's a good decent pullback. Um, because the major market has been dropping crazily over the week, right? But QS just a decent pullback. So these have not launched yet. So why not go into QS? Of course, QS is not trading on the trend yet. It's a rebound. People might say dead cat rebounds, but I think there's some meat over there. So we'll look into QS as well. So lastly, for Tesla, right? Over the weekend, but today actually they report their delivered on in this third quarter, topping the expectation. I've been mentioning even Elon Musk stepped in to say that they will have a good performing for this coming quarter, right, or the coming months. So this is what they delivered: 300 electrical vehicles over the third quarter of 2021. Looking into the chart perspective, Tesla has break the resistance of 760, which I mentioned previously. Right now, with this coming news, will Tesla gap up of the coming Monday will depend on the market sentiments of the major economies, of the major indices. We'll be looking closely on Tesla later on the chart itself as well. So over the weekends, don't just keep watching on the news itself. Sometimes you have to relax, but new what you do sometimes is related to the market. If you have been watching this Korea most popular shows right now, Squid Game, which I actually enjoy as well. So Squid Game is so popular that the South Korea internet provider sued Netflix. So when we are talking about sue Netflix, right, don't be too pessimistic on Netflix is not going to perform well. Take note, a lot of subscriber on Netflix just to watch on this Squid Game. So actually, Squid Netflix is earning a lot of revenue just from this show itself. All right, that's why South Korea have to sue them, right? Because of the oversearch of the in the traffic. So but the sue usually will come in after the all this kind of judgment everything. But what I know is that revenue is coming into Netflix. So if let's say you are holding into Netflix shares, take note, if I'm not wrong, Netflix has spiked all-time high again on Netflix itself. But of course it's slightly negative Friday afternoons for it because of this news itself. But overall major pictures, Netflix created 16,000 jobs in South Korea. So I think this will not be a very negative impact for Netflix itself. So and it will be a very positive due to the very popular games itself. All right, so coming weeks with all the news, we also need to watch out. This coming week will be the busy week again for the economy. It's a lot of news generating, not just on the infrastructure bill. It's not stated over here. Also on the non-farm payroll, for the unemployment rate, a lot of things. And also there's a couple of earnings as well. I think like Pepsi Cola earnings, this kind of thing. So watch out for, if let's say, watch out your positions if you are uncomfortable to hold it over this kind of major news events. All right, initial jobless claim, non-farm payroll, this kind of news is watching, monitoring very carefully to determine on the tapering of the bond purchase as well. All right, so watch out on those major news as well. So let's directly go into the chart. A couple of things to share. Okay, so this is what happened on the Dow Jones Index, which I mentioned. You see, I shared reminder on Tuesday in Telegram, all sign of bearish in a 1 hour chart itself. Before I shared on this is a daily chart candlestick. You can see, uh, I didn't remind after the this drop. I think I remind before the drop. I said that it's below the 40-day or the 50-day moving average. There is the bearish divergence signal on the hourly chart, and therefore after that it dropped. It dropped way further. So I have been mentioning 33,500 as a support right now. Why? Because it's like near the 200-day moving average. There's a support here. What we are looking when you are trading on this kind of Dow Jones, right? Definitely you can only trade on the futures market. So look at the futures market. How low does it go? The low of futures is actually 33,383. So it's around here. All right, it's very close, or it's actually below my 33,500. So people who have actually shorted, profit taken, watch out. There's a technical rebound. Like I say, right, there's a technical rebound because it's close to 200-day and close to the support area. It's a technical rebound, but does it consider a bullish sign? Not yet. All right, you need to be bullish sign after it break above the 35,000. All right, break and close above 35,000, then we can see the bull have intact. Right now it's actually hovering between the moving average, being supported by the 200 days moving average as well. All right, so this is what will happen over the next week. It will be a very volatile market. What will happen to the infrastructure bill? What will happen to the debts? Will it cause another breakdown? If let's say it break 33,500, break below the 200-day moving average, we will see a further drop. All right, we will see a further drop. My first target area will be around 32,800 here, somewhere here. So sorry, 32,000 or 33,000, perhaps 33,000. Then we will see another 32,000 after that. All right. So this is based on the Fibonacci level. All right, based on the Fibonacci level. Once break 33,500, 32,000. Okay, so this is my view for Dow Jones. There's no any bullish. I will remain bearish since the sign has came down. All right, don't worry. Take a look. It's a lower of the previous high. Right now, will it form a lower of the previous low? We will see. Break above 33,000, 33,500, very significant. All right, next counter we are looking into. Let's take a look. What else will we see? All right, see, we'll be talking about Tesla. So let's take a look on Tesla itself. So for Tesla, all right, so I mentioned a couple of things. First resistance 780. Is it break? It touches 780, right? The first resistance. After it break above 720, turn bullish, first resistance 720. So 720 is here. Alright, we mentioned, right? There's a minor ascending triangle followed by a major ascending triangle. Okay, can you see that? Major ascending triangle, minor ascending triangle. So right now touches the major ascending triangle resistance. Alright, will it break higher with the coming up news over this weekend? I think most likely is a yes for me. Alright, most likely is a yes for me. So watch out on this counter. Where are we looking at? If let's say it breaks successfully, go higher, we'll see an all-time high might be recaptured once again. Alright, around $900. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at. $900 for Tesla. Alright, so next counter we'll be looking into will be on uh okay, LVS, Las Vegas. Alright, so for Las Vegas itself, this is what I have mentioned previously, right? Congrats if you're shorted lah. I mean, if you're shorted at 38, you trigger at 38, it really touched 38 below, right? So I say 18 July. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, somewhere here, around here. You break below, continue to go down. If you're short, congrats on you. Right now, it has been touching on the major support area, which I mentioned over here. All right, couple of time, couple of time, couple of time, couple of time, couple of time. All right, if let's say airline is going to fly, where will they fly to? Those kind of holiday area, right? Las Vegas is one of them. It might actually bounce from here. All right, how high will you bounce? We'll actually look for the each level of resistance to be taken before it reach the final midpoint of the symmetric triangle. So if let's say you are into this kind of holiday, this is a Wheelie chart by the way. So take note, if let's say it did not break below 33.50, with a major support area, you can actually enter at this zone. All right, right now it's within this zone. If you pick it up all the way like $35, $36, good for you. Right now we are looking more on the upside for Las Vegas as well. All right, let me just erase everything. Okay, so this is my view on Las Vegas. Next thing we'll be talking about QS. Just now I mentioned the battery, right? So for the battery wise, right, you can see this is the weekly chart as well. So what happened? 26 September support resistor 32, 37. Let's look at the day chart. All right, can you see it break out? I say it break out the moving average right now. Just a few pullback. All right, just a few pullback. The market drop is just a few pullback. All right, so up, down, go. All right, this is like a pendulum patterns. All right, what do I mean by that? If you draw, this will be a bullish flag. This is the pole. All right, so this is what we are looking at. 32 is still the first target. All right, I'm still bullish on this counter as well, unless it break the lowest $19 or the $20 has been taken in again. All right, otherwise remain bullish on this counter. Next thing we'll be looking into this pullback will give you a good entry price. Monitor for a good daily candle before you enter into the market. All right, next thing we will be looking into Airbnb. I got to speed up my pace because a couple of things, right? So Airbnb still same target 169, 170 completed right now. It's a bullish uptrend. All right, don't worry, don't forget you need this kind of hotels, this kind of accommodations like Airbnb, right? So where will be our next target? 150 resistance. Definitely, I have a high chance that you will be taken into again for coming weeks. And once it's penetrate close above, the next resistance area will be 185. All right, 185. Watch out for Airbnb. All right, next counter we'll be looking into Bitcoin. So uh, Bitcoin. Right, so for Bitcoin over the weekend, no movement, but we can see that on Friday itself, close spike up higher. All right, face of Fibonacci touches the 50%, bounce back to 61 as a resistance. Break above, we might see it continue to go bullish. So in the long-term perspective, I'm not bearish on Bitcoin. I still believe that it will go higher. All right, it just after come down, go up, decent pullback, go up again. All right, you don't expect it to be like that crazy. All right, the era has passed by. Even for the era, you also have some decent pullback, right? It's the same thing, decent pullback, and you will go higher. All right, so I'm kind of bullish for Bitcoin. That's why for my counter, which I mentioned on Coinbase itself, right? This counter, as long as it doesn't break the $200 support, or 225. 225 or 200 support, I will continue to be bullish on this counter as well. All right, so the pullback is for you to grab it. In a longer perspective, I am still bullish on this counter as well. I'm still into it. I'm still holding. Will I be doing dollar averaging? It depends on your entry price level. All right, so next on DL, right, on DL Airline, can you see that or not? I say they might have some decent pullback and walk back higher, right? So eventually on last Friday, last week, it came down and then it suddenly jump up. This jump up might be due to the McMassons, all right? It give a positive result that people will start flying. All right, so you have been watching out. If you have grabbed it on last Monday itself at the market open, you will be in the positive bullish zone area by now. All right, by last Friday closing. All right, next we will be looking into one of the counter which I mentioned, the risk counter. Evergrande. Alright, so if you are a risk taker of this Hong Kong share 333, I believe I don't need to repeat what happened. If you dare to, you are a risk taker, you want to go in, it's just like gambling I mentioned, right? Just take a very 1% of your portfolio to give it a try. I mentioned that Friday, Monday, Wednesday opened. If you grab it around 230, right now it's 295. I think that is kind of decent up. Alright, almost 8%. Can I say that? Almost up 8 or 10% around that. So of course, don't be greedy. Don't be greedy because right now everyone is looking for a technical rebound from here. $2 is a major support. Right now, this is still on the news itself. People is news playing. So fast in, fast out. If you manage to enter, if you have been continue to hike up for the next few days until $3, $4, good level, good your good coffee money, good lunch money, please take the money and go. If you want to risk it, if you have managed to enter near the $2, I think you can hold for slightly a longer term. For more aggressive player, watch out for a more aggressive turnout around $5 plus. All right, around $5 plus. This is for more aggressive player, for more aggressive player. All right, so this is what we are watching for. Of course, let's take a look of other counter, but I think I am short of time, so I will not be going through. If there's any counters that I would like to bring up, I will be sharing in the Telegram as well, or for people who are in my private Telegram group, I will be uh, highlighting to you guys any counter that I have seen that I'm about to enter or any good opportunity to go into, then you guys may watch out as well. All right, of course, one of the things that is related sector, just to share with you guys, is actually Draftking. Watch out for people who are public. Watch out for this sector. This casino, online sport betting sector. There are few company is doing quite pretty good. All right, there's one which I'm watching and monitoring closely. All right, I have missed out one of them which I have shared in my private Telegram group, but I did not give a triggered. This is esports. All right, I mentioned on 29 August, I shared on private Telegram. I say a pullback, then go up. All right, I pull back. If you're entered, then you should have inside it for private people. All right, but it actually came down. All right, supported by the first resistance level, and it went higher again. All right, so this actually triggered the stop loss. Right now, I did not mention in my private Telegram. I just give highlight only. So this is what I monitor closely. But right now in this industry, I'm still kind of like it. I'm monitoring on next counter. All right, so that's all for this week Wheelie market update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed on what has coming up for this week. Remember to follow my YouTube. Remember to like my Facebook page. Remember to join my public Telegram group. Thank you, you guys. Enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.